Rappers are being set up by groupies, clout chasers, and sometimes even their own baby mamas. They say that the biggest threats to a rapper's life are beef and street politics. But what if I told you the real danger is often lying right next to them? Over the years, rappers have been robbed, extorted, sent to jail, and even killed, not by their enemies, but by groupies and baby mamas who knew their every move. Some did it for money, some for revenge, and others just for clout. But the end result was always the same, a rapper taken down from the inside. Pop Smoke's death wasn't just a random robbery, it may have been an inside job. On February 19, 2020, Pop Smoke was in Hollywood Hills with a woman named Amelia Rose when four masked men broke into his Airbnb. The killers didn't touch Amelia, they went straight for Pop Smoke, shooting him twice before stealing his Rolex and selling it for only $2,000. While the police said the suspects got his location from his Instagram post, many fans believe the woman in his bed may have tipped them off. But why the suspicion? She walked away completely unharmed while four armed men stormed the house. She gave conflicting statements about what happened that night. Fans claim that she was just a clout chaser trying to get some fame, but Amelia claims she had nothing to do with it. In fact, she passed the blame and claimed that it was actually Pop Smoke's friend, Mike D, who may have been the culprit.
I opened the door and I started to scream like, Mike, they killed him, like, please call 911. And then he said, why, bitch, they didn't kill you? I said, me? Why me? And Mike, I was in shock from his reaction. He started to screaming like crazy, like, this bitch did and put finger on me. He was starting to be very aggressive, in the moment. He started screaming like crazy, and I was so scared. And first of all, like Pop invited me. I didn't know address. I didn't do nothing wrong. Like Pop invited me. Was so weird. This very, for me, it's so strange. All his reaction.
When it happened, there were people online who blamed you. And you said at the scene, there were people who blamed you. There might be people who say that you're blaming Mike so that people don't blame you. What would you say to those people?
I don't care what people say. True on my side. I accept everything. I don't need to explain everybody.
You think Mike had something to do with what happened to Pop?
I think about everything, how Mike moved. His reaction was so strange that day. I think like this was planning before, somebody to give them all information.
Something happened to Pop. For some reason, people pointed at you.
Yes.
People then saw that the location was posted, thought, okay, that's how they got to where they got.
Yeah.
But since then, this girl, Amelia Rose, and other people have directly said that they feel like you had something to do with what happened to Pop Smoke. There's an Instagram post. I have it for you in case you want.
Seen it.
You saw the Instagram post.
Seen it.
She didn't see how someone could have gotten to the room where Pop was unless there was somebody on the inside that helped him out. And she basically said that it was you.
Listen, like I said, people gonna say what they wanna say, people gonna think what they wanna think. I know me, and if you know me, and anybody knows me, they know Pop was my dogs, my heart, so.
And this girl, Amelia Rose, ever wanna pick up the phone and tell her what's on your mind or shoot back at her at the comments?
I don't know that person, so no, I don't.
One of the killers later bragged about the murder in jail, saying they had inside info. One of the intruders later admitted they became aware of where the rapper was staying. The four suspects then cased the house, where they later entered the premises where Pop Smoke would later meet his demise. Pop Smoke was only 20 years old, and all it took was one wrong person in his circle to set the wheels in motion. But who was really to blame? NBA Youngboy's biggest problems don't come from the streets, they come from the women in his life. In February 2018, YoungBoy was arrested in Tallahassee, Florida, over an outstanding kidnapping warrant. He was released on $75,000 bond and later charged with kidnapping and aggravated assault by a grand jury, stemming from another hotel incident involving his then-girlfriend. TMZ released shocking footage from the alleged assault, which reportedly shows YoungBoy body slamming a woman onto the ground and dragging her into a hotel room. His girlfriend at the time did not want to press charges and told the jury that the two were just engaging in horseplay on the video. In 2019, YoungBoy was once again arrested in Atlanta on 3 misdemeanors. According to the police report, the rapper was hanging out in a hotel room with a woman named Star Thigpen when an altercation broke out. Police were alleging that the room was supposed to be unoccupied at the time YoungBoy and Thigpen were there and did not react well to being asked to leave. Thigpen allegedly struck a housekeeper in the face, and the fight reportedly spilled out into the hallway of the hotel. YoungBoy and Thigpen were arrested after the housekeeper broke free and was able to call the police. Both were released on bond the following morning. In 2021, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, Yaya Mayweather, assaulted another woman over YoungBoy, a move that got her 6 years probation. Several of his exes have leaked his private info, including his home address, making him an easy target. His ex, Jania Michelle, was accused of feeding information to YoungBoy's enemies after their breakup. There were screenshots of leaked text messages of Jania exposing YoungBoy's whereabouts, accusations about his mother, and so on. With so many women tied to his downfall, is YoungBoy picking the wrong ones, or is he being played? Kevin Gates almost lost everything because of a woman. In 2016, he was arrested for kicking a female fan during a concert at a nightclub in Lakeland, Florida. The victim, Miranda Dixon, reportedly cooperated with prosecutors, helping them build the case that led to his jail time. But why would she do it? Money? Maybe revenge. In the lawsuit, she claimed that she fell backwards and blacked out after the assault and allegedly suffered chest and stomach injuries months later. Gates was found guilty of battery and served 6 months in jail for the assault. Lil Baby almost had his career ruined by a groupie looking for a payday. In 2020, an adult film star named Miss London claimed Lil Baby paid her $6,000 for one night, then put him on blast publicly. She leaked private text messages which nearly ended his relationship with his longtime girlfriend and baby mama, Jada Cheeves. Jada later exposed that multiple women had tried to trap Lil Baby with fake pregnancies and lawsuits. But he's not the only rapper to go through this. Drake sued a woman for civil extortion, distress, fraud, and defamation after she was claiming that the rapper had gotten her pregnant, but the DNA test proved she was lying. Drake claims in the lawsuit that he met Layla Lace during his Boy Meets World tour in Manchester, England. He says after one of his concerts in February 2017, they hooked up at his hotel where he says they had consensual sex, and Layla also voluntarily and seemingly happily performed oral sex. In the lawsuit filed by celeb lawyer Larry Stein, Drake says Layla went ballistic when he sent her home rather than taking her on tour with him. The lawsuit contains a number of text messages Layla sent Drake in the following weeks, saying how much she missed him and so on. Drake says she created a fantasy relationship with him and, at a point, didn't have the time or energy to respond, and he says that set her off. Layla claimed that Drake had gotten her pregnant and demanded millions of dollars for her silence and threatened Drake with defamation after TMZ posted a story that Drake had never met her. She later retracted her story and switched tactics by going to New York authorities, alleging that Drake her instead during their one-night stand. Layla had refused to take a paternity test at the time, and Drake was later cleared after being interviewed by Manchester police. He asked for unspecified damages. In 2013, Rick Ross was targeted in a fake paternity case where a woman tried to force him into child support payments for a kid that wasn't his. A Georgia woman named Trisha Childers filed a paternity lawsuit against Rick Ross, claiming he was the father of her then 3-year-old son. Rick Ross was quick to deny these allegations and even volunteered to take a paternity test. He also claimed that he had never had any sexual contact with Trisha. After the results came back, it was determined that Rick Ross had 0% chance of being the child's father. For a lot of women, getting involved with a rapper isn't about love, it's a business move. 6ix9ine didn't just get snitched on by his crew, his own baby mama allegedly played a role in his downfall. In 2019, his baby mama, Sarah Molina, was accused of working with his enemies behind his back. While 6ix9ine was making millions, Sarah and his former crew allegedly stole money from him and leaked private information. Sarah also accused the rapper of being physically abusive, where he once blackened her eye during a trip to Dubai. 6ix9ine had accused her of cheating on him with one of his very close friends, Shadi, which she vehemently denied.
So you guys go to, well, he's already in Dubai and you ended up meeting him out there, right?
Yeah.
And I guess when you're out there in Dubai, he accuses you of some sort of relationship with Shadi?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Is there any truth in that at all?
No, that's ridiculous. The thing that I find so funny now is that Dubai happened in October, right? He had these accusations in October. So this isn't nothing new that he's already felt. And when he beat my ass in Dubai, he's basically, after 2 hours, told me, I know you didn't do nothing, but I can't have you out here making me look stupid. So he just beat my ass, not because he believed it, but because I made him look stupid because of what other people were saying.
Sarah also claims that 6ix9ine is a deadbeat father and that he never provided anything for their daughter during or after serving his jail time. The lesson learned here? Even if you're the one making the money, you're not always in control. Playboi Carti is another rapper who saw his world flipped upside down by the woman in his life. In 2023, he was arrested for allegedly choking his then pregnant baby mama during an argument over a paternity test, but later reports suggested the case may have been exaggerated. His ex, Iggy Azalea, publicly exposed him for being an absent father and cheating while she was pregnant. After his arrest, she reacted on Twitter, "Been there, done that, warned you." In a separate tweet, she added, "Imagine having a pregnant girlfriend and pretending they don't exist until it comes out you like to abuse them too, and rarely visiting your actual son unless it's because you're running from whatever problems you got going on in Atlanta and the press with your serial abuse of women." Carti isn't alone. XXXTentacion's ex accused him of abuse, nearly ending his career, and Fetty Wap's baby mama exposed his money problems online. The biggest threat to a rapper isn't always the streets, it's the people closest to them. One false accusation can cost a rapper everything. Groupies set them up for robberies and leaks. Baby mamas drag them through court and even work with enemies. One wrong relationship can cost a rapper millions, their career, or even their life. Some of these rappers are to blame for trusting the wrong people, but the truth is, for many women, dating a rapper isn't about love. It's about power, money, and revenge. So knowing everything that was just exposed, who's really to blame? The rappers for their bad choices or the women for playing the game? Well, that's it for now. I'm Annie and it was nice talking to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.